Hello Pioneer viewers, today we bring you a story that reaches far beyond the military front lines. This isn't about a tank maneuver, it's about the collapse of an energy line, a fuel depot engulfed in flames, and a blow that's not just physical but deeply symbolic. As the Russia-Ukraine war approaches its fourth year, one truth is becoming increasingly clear for Moscow. This war is no longer confined to the border. It's now unfolding within Russia's own territory, in the heart of the nation, in regions the Kremlin once believed to be untouchable. And right in this moment, a massive fuel depot near the city of Serpukhov, roughly 100 kilometers south of Moscow, was set ablaze by what appears to be a drone strike. Russia is still trying to maintain its presence on Ukrainian soil, but that presence grows more fragile by the day. The war is not just going according to Moscow's plans. With Western support, the Ukrainian army has become more agile, more technological, and tactically sharper. Drones, electronic warfare systems, and precision-guided weapons are erasing Russia's supposed advantage in sheer size. Before we dive into the full report, a quick reminder. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our daily updates and analyses. I personally read your comments, so keep sharing your thoughts with us. And tell us what topics you'd like to see next on the Pioneers YouTube channel. Now let's begin. On the night, explosions echoed across the skies above Serpukhov. Moments later, the night turned to day, illuminated by massive flames rising from the horizon. Videos circulating on social media showed huge fuel tanks surrounded by towering black smoke as emergency teams rushed frantically to contain the fire. Eyewitnesses described the moment. It came like a missile, and then everything was on fire. Russia's Ministry of Emergency Situations claimed that the fire was under control, yet it reportedly took hours to fully extinguish the blaze. Official sources downplayed casualties, but the extent of the damage to fuel pipelines remains unclear. Ukrainian sources, however, insist that the strike specifically targeted the Russian army's supply routes to the front lines. Why does this matter so much? Because this wasn't just an explosion, it was a strike on Russia's strategic energy artery. Fuel is the invisible heart of war. It moves tanks, flies jets, and keeps ships at sea. The Serpukhov blast effectively severed one of those vital arteries. Experts say this particular depot was crucial to the resupply of the Black Sea Fleet and Western ground forces. In other words, this was no accident. It was a direct hit on the operational backbone of the Russian military. And perhaps most significantly, the attack revealed a startling truth. Moscow is no longer capable of securing its own territory. For years, the Kremlin has told its citizens the war is on the front, Moscow is safe. But the Serpukhov fire shattered that illusion. Now, even around Moscow, explosions can be heard. Smoke darkens the skies, and the sound of sirens breaks the capital's uneasy silence. For many Russians, this marks a psychological turning point. Across social media, one question dominates: how did they get this close? Some users wrote, "Ukraine isn't just hitting the front, it's hitting our heart." This emotional shock is eroding the Kremlin's ability to control the narrative. From Ukraine's perspective, this strike signals a new strategic phase of the war. Kyiv is no longer just defending its land, it's projecting power deep inside Russia. Recent drone attacks on Moscow, Belgorod, Bryansk, and now Serpukhov all carry the same message: Russia is no longer untouchable. By combining advanced drones, intelligence networks, and cyber operations, Ukraine is demonstrating that even the Russian heartland is vulnerable. It's not just a military success, it's a psychological one, because for the first time, ordinary Russians are realizing that the war isn't just something they watch on TV. It's something they can see from their window. These attacks on energy infrastructure carry major economic consequences as well. Fuel prices are rising, supply chains are disrupted, and industrial output is slowing down. Russia's economy, already weakened by international sanctions, is now facing the added pressure of domestic instability and sabotage. For the Kremlin, this is a double threat. It weakens the enemy while also undermining public confidence in the region. Putin's administration continues to assure citizens that everything is under control, but fewer people are believing it. A Russian analyst speaking anonymously summed it up in one chilling line: if Moscow is burning, then the war no longer has boundaries. In the aftermath of the Serpukhov fire, authorities sealed off the entire area. The roads were closed, access was restricted, and state media received strict instructions to limit coverage. But in the digital age, silence is no longer a shield. Videos, images, and eyewitness accounts spread across the internet within minutes. So, what happens next? Ukraine hasn't officially claimed responsibility for the strike. Yet, sources close to Kyiv suggest that more operations like this may be on the way. That means Russia could soon face more explosions, more sabotage, and more attacks on its energy backbone, right inside its own borders. How Putin responds remains uncertain. Will he announce another wave of mobilization or tighten censorship and clamp down harder on his own population? The answers to these questions could determine the next chapter of this war. But one thing is clear: the flames in Serpukhov didn't just destroy a fuel depot. They burnt away the myth of Russia's invulnerability. The war is no longer confined to eastern Ukraine. It now flickers in the skies above Moscow itself. And so the pioneer asks, is this attack merely a temporary setback for Russia or the sign of a deeper unraveling? Share your thoughts with us in the comments. They can hide the truth, but they cannot silence it.